Hey guys, another watch list video here highlighting a market breakdown, what we saw last week in the market, and some valuable insight for this coming week. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, smash that like button. So, what a week it was last week, and I'm going to be breaking down SPY here, utilizing the daily chart first. And before that, I'm going to go into the weekly chart, just do a quick little breakdown here of what we saw and then what we can expect to see within the coming week. Really interesting pattern setting up here. I'm going to be starting this just from a blank chart to walk through some analysis with you guys. The first thing is obviously this descending trend line breakout, pullback, buy opportunity here. And what we see here is we're coming up on kind of like this curling pattern here. So if you visualize it like this, you can get this move up here. Now we're testing this breakout area. And what's really interesting is we had this attempted bullish hammer here last week. What happened this week? If you go into a shorter time frame, we wicked this out by about 10 cents. And then we immediately reclaimed, showing some buy strength here. A lot of buyers here from like 404 all the way up here into like 412, where we ended up closing here. So some strength here. Anything over like this 415, 416 area, I do think we can test up into like this 420 and above that into this 430 region from this weekly buy setup here. If we got that weakness below this, you would have expected to see that continuation to the downside here. Instead, we ticked it below for like 20 cents, 10 cents, and then immediately stuffed back higher and finished the week up over $8 off the low. Now, from a daily chart perspective, what we're seeing here is a really interesting setup here, and something that I mentioned from the weekly chart is, look, okay, we get this low down here, about 403.87, and then this low down here about 403.75. What happened here is a lot of shorts likely hopped in here. They're saying, okay, we're going to continue. We're going to break this pivot low right here, and we're going to continue to the downside, likely into like sub 400. Well, what happened then here is all these shorts got trapped. We gapped up here on Friday, and then these shorts had to cover, and then we moved to the upside here on some strength. So a lot of this is shorts likely covering here, trying to play this breakdown of this pivot low for this continuation move, getting trapped, gapped up, closed on open, and then if you zoom into a narrower time frame chart here, you can see we basically just had a bullish day all day long, powered a little bit by some economic data that we had come out, and then Apple earnings as well. Now, I'm going to load in some levels here for us to watch here if we do go in here. Main one, watching this 413 area long here, but the biggest area above like this 415 area, 416 area, I do think we can test up into that 420 region. A nice reclaim here. I do think we can get that continuation move higher here as shorts are still trapped from down here. As they cover, it will add fuel to the upside move here on SPY. Now, for one other thing that I want to look at here is the VIX. Pretty weak setup here. That's a very bearish move here off of, what day was this? 5-4 Thursday. We get this move from basically 16 all the way up to this 20 reject, and then we stuff this lower here on Friday. A very bearish move here. As for a support region to keep on watching like this 15 area, which really comes from the weekly chart here. If we do break this pivot low or this prior bounce area, I do think we can test down into like this 15 area. Then I would be a little more leery of the continuation to the downside. We'll be watching if we do bounce in this 15 area. So keeping this 15 area on watch here. If we do get any strength, the main ones being like 18, 1852, 1905, and then 20 being a huge, huge level here on the VIX. So if we get any strength on the VIX, closely watching this 20 area overhead here as a potential reject area. Now, for SPX, again, this is just the cash version of SPY, and it's going to be tracking. It doesn't have volume, etc. But nice to watch from a price action perspective. Big area here is this 4100 area. We strong reclaim of this here after this wick out here. Nice gap up, continuation long. Levels to the upside into like 4158, 4180, and then above that, the biggest level, as mentioned last week, this 4200 area going to be one I'm going to be keeping on watch. Now, when we came into this 4180 area, we get like this doji or gravestone doji off of this move here on 5-1. Strong selling pressure here. Now we get this move up here. So watching this, ideally intraday, watching if we get some strength out over 4158, this area right here for this continuation move into 4180 and above that into that 4200 area above. Zooming in on the hourly chart here, very bullish day here on Friday. We get this move up, continuation, initial test of 41.25, then a pullback off of 41.14, and then this move higher here. Again, personally, watching this 41.58 area, you can see we reject, hold, push up here. You can see where we've rejected this before, attempted support, failed down here into this downside. So 41.58, eyeing this here. If we do get some trending strength, watching the long move up into 41.80 and then above that into that 4200 area above. Now the last one I'll break down here is going to be /ES. Really, we're just range bound here at the moment in between 4080 and really this 4200 area. Correlates with SPY here. I'm watching if we test up into like this 4190, 4200 area, how we react and how price responds. If we get a hold of this, you can see we have a lot of room up here into like the 4300 area from over here on 816. We rejected it back here, formed like this consolidation base before failing and moving lower. Now we're testing again in this consolidation. Watching this, if we do crack above this high here, watching that continuation move, I do think we have some room up into like that 4300, 4327 area on this push the upside, finally breaking out of this supply area. With that being said, that wraps up our watch list video for the week, including the market breakdown. If you did enjoy this video, if you could please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are interested in getting our course alerts and more, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com today. We would love to have you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend and look forward to trading with you all on Monday. Thank you.